This is 6 Minutes, the Seriously International Daily Newscast. It's Wednesday, April 9th. I'm Jacob Shropshire.
And I'm Emma Albright. It's evening time in Osaka, Japan, while folks in Quebec City, Canada are just waking up. Here in the World Crunch newsroom in Paris, it's just after midday. These are the latest headlines. Ukraine captures 2 Chinese nationals fighting for the Russian army. A judge orders the White House to restore media access to a U.S. news agency. In our More Than a Minute feature, German science writers walk us through how seasonal allergies really work. And our daily quiz question comes from an American national park. Our top story is that U.S. President Donald Trump's tariffs on dozens of countries took effect on Wednesday, including massive 104% duties on Chinese goods. As the U.S.-triggered global trade war takes root, oil prices fell for a 5th day to their lowest since February 2021, as both Asian and European stocks continued to drop. Meanwhile, China's top leaders plan to meet as soon as Wednesday to speak about measures to boost the economy and stabilize capital markets. Ukraine captured 2 Chinese nationals fighting for the Russian army. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said that intelligence suggested the number of Chinese soldiers in Russia's army was much higher than 2. Chinese officials rejected that claim as absolutely groundless. A federal judge has ordered the White House to restore full access to the Associated Press news agency to report on presidential events. This comes almost 2 months after the news agency was banned from White House briefings by President Donald Trump for refusing to rename the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America in its reports. Shifting to the Middle East, where Israel has shut down 6 schools run by the United Nations Agency for Palestinian Refugees after moving to banish the organization from the occupied West Bank and East Jerusalem early this year. The UN Relief and Works Agency for Palestinian Refugees said in a statement that Israeli police forcibly entered schools in East Jerusalem neighborhoods on Tuesday. Our featured front page Wednesday is from the Dominican Republic newspaper El Caribe. The Santo Domingo-based daily is covering the nightclub roof collapse that killed at least 98 people and injured 150. The incident happened in the early hours of Tuesday at a concert by popular merengue singer Ruby Perez at a venue in the Dominican capital of Santo Domingo. The headlining artist is believed to be among those killed in the incident, as well as several of the country's leading political figures and a former Major League Baseball player. Hundreds of people were inside the venue, and some 400 rescuers are still searching for survivors. With pollen counts rising and noses running, we're dedicating our More Than a Minute feature today to the science of hay fever allergies and their would-be cures.
'Tis the season. Have you suddenly developed hay fever? Or maybe you've always had a seasonal allergy, but it's progressively worsened in recent years. You're not alone.
Scientists have accumulated proof that pollen is more aggressive in cities. They also have discovered that playing in the mud as a child helps ward off allergies. These are just some of the interesting findings from German health reporters Simon Barmann and Tom Catwinkle in a report from Die Zeit. Tell us more about the research, Jake.
Some people sneeze constantly, others suffer from burning eyes, while some get itchy skin. This allergic inflammation is always set off by a process called sensitization. That means the immune system, having previously encountered the pollen, wrongly flagged it as dangerous and produced custom antibodies in response. There isn't one single reason why people develop allergies like hay fever. Still, researchers are getting better at identifying a whole range of factors that influence a person's risk, including genetics, exposure to air pollution, and whether or not you smoke. Across Western industrialized countries, allergic diseases have been on the rise since the 1970s and remain at high levels. The number of allergy sufferers may still grow, with environmental pollution and climate change driving risk factors.
So what can people do to manage allergies?
There's some good news for allergy sufferers, and it's not necessarily the many medications advertised as the miracle cure to stop coughing and sneezing. It's possible to use what's called hyposensitization to teach the immune system how to tell harmless from harmful substances. The immune system is slowly exposed to an allergen it wrongly reacts to, and over time, patients take tiny amounts of the allergen through shots or tablets, and the immune system learns the substance is harmless and builds tolerance.
We're We're closing things out today with our daily quiz question, which comes from an American national park. 2 visitors to the U.S.'s Yellowstone National Park were given short jail terms for a misdemeanor they committed at the park. What was the crime? A. Climbing an endangered tree. B. Going off the beaten path. C. Trying to pet a bison. Or D. Cooking hot dogs over a hot spring. The correct answer is B. 2 visitors were sentenced to short jail terms for straying from clearly marked paths or roads in thermal areas of the park. Park officials say that walking on thermal grounds at Yellowstone can be incredibly dangerous because the ground is fragile and thin, and boiling water just below the surface can cause severe burns. The number one priority is public safety, a spokesperson for the U.S. Attorney's Office said. The public should understand the violations and their consequences before visiting.
That's the latest from around the world. If you liked this podcast, we would really appreciate it if you could help us out with a follow, a share, and a 5-star rating on your preferred podcasting platform. For more of the best of the international press delivered exclusively in English, visit us at worldcrunch.com. We'll see you here tomorrow. A demo.